What is going on, guys? Welcome to another video on my channel, Hairliciously. If you guys are new, please make sure to subscribe and stay updated on my second hair transplant progress. Also on video topics covering hair loss treatments in the pipelines. So today I actually wanted to give you guys a 15-day post-op update since my last FUE procedure. Just time is going by really quickly, and also the scalp is healing just really well. So I'm actually right in front of uh, my window because all the sunlight is coming, and I apologize if the quality is not good. I've actually used to use my DSLR camera, but something broke, so I'm actually using my phone right now. I'm upgrading my phone to a Samsung. I think it's a Note 10 Plus, which apparently has really good video quality and graphics. So hopefully after today's video, I will be able to upgrade to some better quality videos. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, here is day 15. As you can see, just everything is just healing up really nicely. There's barely any redness, and just I wanted to show you guys up close to show you guys a hairline, just how amazing the doctor's his work and his artistic skills is. So as you guys can see, barely any redness. I did start shedding just a little bit. Every time I shower, there's tiny bits of hairs that would come off. Also, I've been having some shedding, especially in the kind of like the front portion. But nothing too crazy right now. I think probably around my third or fourth week is where I'm gonna start seeing a lot more shedding, which I'm not really looking forward to. But it is required for the most part for the hairs to shed and then start growing around the 3 to 4 month mark. But everything is looking really good right now. Um, I'm super happy. The scalp in the back is a little bit itchy. I don't think there's any infections or anything like that. It's just a little bit itchy. The recipient area is a little bit dry, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's a little bit of flakes that's happening all across, but that's expected because the scalp does get dry, especially after a hair transplant. So you kind of have to expect that. Um, Everything else is, healing pretty well. I still can't really style my hair because, I really don't have much hair in the front portion, and then even if I were to put it down, there's always gaps that's happening because of the thinness of the hairs. So, I mean, at this point, there's really nothing much that I can do other than just to wait until the implanted hairs start growing out. So yeah, here's how it is. If you guys want to see the back part, let's see if I can show you. Now, I'm obviously going to have to get SMP done at some point, especially when I cut my hair short, just so that the scars in the back of the scalp aren't going to be as noticeable. But as of right now, I'm just growing it out. I also didn't even get a chance to get a haircut because I really don't know exactly how to cut it right now because I know that these are going to fall off. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. Also, I've been getting a lot of comments asking me what my new forehead length is. So previously, before I even got my first hair transplant, my hairline was, I think it was like up here. So before it was around 8.5 centimeters, which is pretty big. And I actually naturally had a big forehead since I was born. But after my first procedure, it went from an 8.5 centimeter to 7 centimeters roughly. So I was able to reduce about 1.5 centimeters. And with me right now, I have another ruler, so I wanted to show you guys the length of my new forehead. So I read a study where typically the average forehead would range anywhere from 5 to 7 centimeters. And, obviously they call it a forehead because you would measure using your 4 fingers. So in my case right now, it's actually less than 4 fingers. So, I mean, depending on how fat your fingers are or how skinny, the average forehead should be about 4 fingers. And, people with, bigger foreheads are oftentimes called 5 heads because, it's pretty long and wide. But just to give you guys a demonstration, I have this ruler right here, and I wanted to show you guys exactly what my new hairline length is. So when you measure your forehead, you want to start from the tip of your hairline all the way to the beginning of your brow. So from here all the way down, it looks like maybe it's around 6.5, maybe 7 centimeters, which would make me, I guess, average. And then across from the temporal point all the way to the other point, looks like that's around 15, maybe 15.5 centimeters roughly. But you know, your forehead length might be smaller, it might be a little bit bigger. It also depends on the size of your head. I actually have probably a above average sized head compared to most people, or at least for Asians. So, you know, 6.5 to 7 centimeter forehead, and then about 15 centimeters width, as far as from one temple point to the other temple point. So yeah, that's how it's looking. And hopefully that answers any questions that you guys might have. But the ideal forehead is usually, they divide it up into 3 different parts. So you want a third up here, you want a third up here, and then you want a third down here. But you know, I think for most people who are balding, they obviously want to have a smaller forehead. So I don't necessarily agree with the whole third ratio or proportion for the face. I think anything that's smaller than a third would be the ideal forehead. Obviously, you don't want anything too small either, because you're gonna look like a Neanderthal. But yeah, 15-day post-op, pretty happy with the results. You know, the hairline looks very natural. I just wanted to show you guys up close here. Just look how hairline has single grafts, and it looks like they all have the proper angle and direction. Same thing with the hairs on the temples. They're all facing this way, which is what you want. Same thing on the side here. So yeah, pretty much it, guys. 15-day post-op. If you guys have any questions, you can always send me an email at hairliciously@gmail.com, or you can also leave me some comments. Let me know what you guys think about my hairline. I know some people are saying, oh, you know, Aaron, you actually lowered your hair too much. But I honestly think it suits me well. And in my case, I don't have that severe form of hair loss. So I feel like I can be a little bit more aggressive. But you know, some people who do suffer from more moderate form of hair loss, you guys obviously don't want to lower it too much, or you don't want to make the hairline too straight. But you know, to each his own. Some people might like it, some people don't. But this is for me, and I'm pretty happy with the results. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time. Take care.